Hey y'all, my name's Katie and today I'm going to be attempting to paint a witching hour sky. Feel free to paint with me and we'll try not to screw it up too bad. And if we do, we'll have a drink ready to make us feel better. So grab an age-appropriate drink and let's get to it. What you'll need for this painting, it's going to be really easy. Our paints are going to be acrylic. All we need is titanium white, deep red, and phthalo blue. Super easy color palette. I have palette paper to mix my paints on. You can have paper plate. You can use saran wrap with painter's tape on it. You can, whatever you want to use is fine. I have canvas paper, acrylic specific paper for this. I have my Beverage of Choice, some water to wash my brushes off. I have an inch long brush, a 1/4 inch flat brush, a detail brush, and a palette knife. That one's more optional, just for mixing paints. And of course, I have a napkin as well.
All right, so today's painting is going to be really quick and easy. Get the cat hair off of there. You will just need your white, like a 1/4 amount. Again, just have it there in case you need more. Deep red, really just like a dime size, and phthalo blue, really just like a dime size. So really easy color palette today. And then what we'll do is we'll take a palette knife, which I was already mixing some colors with. That didn't work out. Totally fine. We'll take that palette knife, mix some white, red, and blue. I added way too much blue. The blue is very strong, so don't add a crazy amount. You do want a good amount of this color, though. Make it a nice deep purple. Perfect. Scrape off some and put it over here. Add a little bit more red, a little bit more white, a lighter purple, and then probably one more just right here. We'll use what we had. What's that? Perfect. So then we have our 3 different shades of purple. That is perfect. We will take our inch long brush, just kind of wet our canvas a little bit, pick up our white. We'll put it down here, probably like a little over halfway up, and we'll start pushing it back and forth against the page. You can see I have some blue from another painting over there. And we'll take some of this blue, we'll mix it with a little white, probably a little more. We do want it to be nighttime, so probably more blue. That's okay. It can be dark. That's okay. And we'll start up here. So I'm just putting the paint down, and then I'm going to drag my brush all the way across the canvas and just bring it down into this other color. It's okay if it's a little streaky right now. We will fix that. You can just drag it back and forth until it smooths out a little bit as well. And then we'll add a little bit of our purple, this medium color. Just drag it again, back and forth across the page. Drag it up into the blue. And drag it down. If it gets a little bit streaky, add a little bit of water. Then we'll get our red, add a little bit of white to it. And that can be at the bottom of our page. Just a little water on there. And bring it up. It's a little bit more purple, but that's okay. All right. Again, it's okay if it's streaky, not a big deal. We will add a little bit of white in there, though. Kind of wash it out a little because it's very saturated right now. It's hard doing the whole canvas, though, because you can tape it down, and that'll solve a lot of my problems that I'm having right now, but I'm too stubborn, too, so I'm like, I'll just hold it and have a weird fingerprint on it. And again, you want to do really long brush strokes because you don't want to have tons of streakies. And yeah, that looks good enough for us right now. We'll let it dry a little bit. It's very wavy right now. But we will probably add a little bit more blue on there. So we'll take our blue and our white again. Make this medium color. And since we're kind of going to do a no cloud cover over here, we do want it to be pretty solid. So we don't want a lot of streaks over here. Again, we'll just go back and forth, make sure we have enough paint or water on our brush. And just bring it down. Well, it's still a little wet. You can see it's blending really nice. You can also wipe it off and keep going too, and that'll help blend it even better. And just go back and forth and up and down. Make sure, again, you go all the way across the page. There we go. That looks great. We'll dip our brush in our water, take a sip of our wine, and wait for it to dry off a little bit. So once it dries off a bit, we'll take our 1/4-inch brush, dip it in the water, wipe it off really quick. We'll go to our darkest purple, and these are going to be our furthest away and darkest clouds. So we'll do a couple of clouds over here. And again, I always do clouds just as little like C's that are on a horizon. And I'm picking up paint as I go. That's totally fine. And I'm just kind of going quick. You don't need to worry too much about your clouds. You can have some parts that are translucent through too. I'm just making sure they look like they're sitting on a horizon as well. And we'll kind of frame it. We want our moon to stand out, so we want to frame it a little bit. And again, just really quick, just little C's. I'm bringing the paint or the brush back towards me as I go. And just doing little bumps everywhere. And it'll look more impressive as we go along too, because we will go back over it and overlap a little bit as well. And that'll make it look like it has even more depth. All right, and that's our first layer of clouds. So then we'll move to we'll wipe our brush off, move to our other purple. We'll cover some of those too. And we'll do even more clouds. And these are going to be a little bit bigger clouds. They can be a little bit more opaque. We can cover some of these other clouds. Add water if your paint is getting really mushy, really sticky. Doesn't work together. And honestly, if I mess up and do too much, I'm just going to do little streaks at the bottom, cover up my mistakes. No one has to know. Who's going to know? And just keep going with it. There we go. And then we'll do some in the middle too. Not completely covering these other clouds, but a little bit. There we go. We'll take our even lighter ones, and we'll do one more at the bottom. This is a little bit too light. I do want it to be this red. I am out of red. So I will actually add red to this because we want it to look like the red of the sky is coming up and highlighting our clouds from the bottom. That's a perfect color. So then we'll instead wipe it off because I have too much white on there still. We'll go under it. And we'll just, keep going. Add a couple more clouds. Wipe our brush off if we get too much goops on there. And yeah, some of this too probably would be better with a detail brush because I totally fucked that up. But it's okay. I'll just add a cloud. All right, and there we go. And we'll just let it dry for a second because we want it to look like separate clouds. If we blend too much, it's all gonna mush together and you don't want that. It looks a little stupid then. But yeah, so we'll just let it sit and let it dry for a second. And then we can start doing other stuff with it. So it's dried off a little bit. We will add a little bit more pink to our clouds at the bottom. So we will grab just our deep red, white, mixed together, super. It's not it. Okay, there we go. This is a nice pink color. We'll add pink clouds at the bottom. Again, just little, you can do little curly cues, little swirls, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Just do little streaks over here. And then that'll be good with our 1/4 inch brush. I'm going to cover that page because then it's going to be the next painting. That would be bad. But yeah, we'll just keep going with this. Okay, put that in the water. We'll take our detail brush. And again, since we want the light to look like it's coming up here and highlighting our clouds, we will highlight all these clouds with our detail brush. Oops, I grabbed some red on there. That's okay. And again, wherever we think the clouds are going to be, the bottom of the clouds are, that's what we're going to highlight with them. And you can kind of like make it fluffy. You can do little swirls under here. Don't just be stagnant because clouds are going to be really fluffy. You're going to look like there's a lot of like folds to them. So honestly, it doesn't matter where you put it, but just make sure it's not just at the bottoms only. Because again, that looks a little weird. Nature's not uniform. It's going to be all over the place, a little wonky. It's totally fine. And as we go up, we'll start using our like darker purple and stuff. I think that is our dark purple. We'll mix that here and we'll just use that then. And we'll kind of phase out that pink color. And at the very top, we'll use this lighter purple. And we'll do some of that at the bottom instead. We can do some on the clouds as well. On the pink, it's totally fine. We'll take our 1/4 inch brush and we'll add some lighter colors. So like this lighter pink, we can add here as like a bigger, where the cloud is overlapping other clouds. Same with this purple. We can have a lighter purple color like this one over the top of this, just randomly again. Honestly, all you're doing is making it look a little bit more complex by doing this. So don't stress too much. It's just like wherever you think it would look good, wherever you want it to overlap, that's where it's going to go. And if I make a mistake, generally I just do a little tail on it and just pretend it's a new cloud, you know? No one's going to know. Sometimes I will do it so that it differentiates from the other clouds as well. And I'm going to try not to do just little balls everywhere, like ball, because that doesn't look like clouds. I'm going to just try and do a random assortment of little cloud thingies. And we'll see where that gets us. And some of them too, if you want to overlap just the same color. That'll look nice. And you can do some of the shadows in this one too. You can do like shadows there. And again, like over here, do some little streakies. You're just trying to make it look interesting, pretty much. That's all it is it's a trick to make things look interesting. All right, and that's cute. Okay, I like that. So then what we'll do, this one is going to be really quick, really easy. So we'll take our detail brush again, really make sure it is clean because we're going to do our little moon. So it's nice and clean. If you don't have any clean white, I would make sure to pour just a little dab extra. And we'll put our moon. And so that moon will be, I have a mark right here, so it's going to be right here because I got a mistake. You can do a crescent moon, you can do a full moon. I'm going to do a crescent, so this is hard. Do a C. Either you can, if the paint is dry, you can brace with your pinky, or you can hold your wrist too. That makes it more stable. And again, just do a C, and then it's going to be thicker in the middle. So just put your paintbrush in there and flick it out. And again, if I kind of mess up on that one, I'll wipe my brush off, no worries. I'm gonna take a drink, even better. And then I'm going to just try and fix it a little bit and widen it out over here even more. And again, look, it's totally fine, no worries. It still looks cute, still looks good. We just fucked it up a tiny bit. Don't mean nothing, still cute, still love it. It is a little translucent, so we will wait a second for it to dry and then we'll overlap it. We're gonna take the back of our brush, dip it in our white paint, and just do little dots around here and there. That's gonna give us perfect little stars. Another trick is you can use a toothbrush. If you dip it in the paint, you can flick it so that it looks like a whole mess of stars. I will say it's very messy though. And we'll do little stars over here. So while my paint, there's a lot of paint on the end of my brush, I'll do bigger stars up in the night sky. And then when I run out of paint a little bit more, I'll do smaller stars over in the background. And they can be all different sizes. You do have to kind of be aware that it might look a little splotchy once you get to the end of that paint though on the paintbrush. And you want to just do random different amounts of stars. You can do a constellation if you want. I don't really know any constellations though, so that's going to be that. You can also do a couple star shines. So while this is wet, I'll take my brush and I'll just do two little flicks out, one up, just whoop, whoop, and out. And that looks like little star shines there. I'll do just that randomly throughout the painting. You don't have to just do 4. You can do as many as you like. Again, if there's like a huge collection of stars, I'll just do them dispersed throughout so that it looks cute. You can do a couple that are just like 2. Maybe one that's just like 1. So that it looks like a twinkling night sky. And then also, there's a lot of big ones, so I'll also just dab in a couple of small ones with my paintbrush and make it look very, like it's not uniform. I really should have added some constellations, though I didn't even think about it, which sucks. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, so. And make sure not to get them in your clouds, because your clouds would cover them. Oops. You can do a couple stars if you mess up. I keep messing up over here. Make sure to do some in the top too. Don't forget any spaces. because that'll look really weird. All right. And then we're done with that. That was so quick and easy. Oh, wait. We're not done. We want to cover our moon one more time because, again, it looks a little patchy. And we want her to shine. She is our HBIC for this, which is, of course, our head bitch in charge. So she looks like a C. So I'm going to make this a little bit. I'm going to keep just keep messing it up. All right. That is still cute. That is still fine. So again, the more I fuck it up, the more I'm just going to make it thicker in the middle and make it more of a C. You can still tell it's a moon. She's fine. She's good. She's having a good time. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for joining.
And our painting is done then, y'all. If you have any questions or any ideas for future paintings, please leave a comment and let me know. If you had a fun time, then please like and subscribe for more paintings in the future. Have a good day and take care of yourself. Bye.